What's up, Twinkle Hype fam? Today we have one of the biggest bombshell confessions to explode out of the celebrity world in a long time. Kyle Richards has finally confirmed that after separating from Mauricio Umansky, she actually entered a real relationship, a private relationship, one that she says mattered deeply to her, but also one that ultimately ended because of media pressure and public gossip. And trust me, you are not going to want to miss a single detail because this story is nothing like the rumors we've heard for months. So before we jump in, make sure you like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, share it with your friends, and of course subscribe to Twinkle Hype for non-stop celebrity breakdowns and dramatic deep dives. Let's get into the truth behind Kyle Richards' post-separation romance and everything that happened around it. To understand why Kyle's confession hit so hard, we have to rewind the story. For nearly 3 decades, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky were seen as one of reality TV's most stable couples. She was a staple on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and he was building a powerhouse real estate empire. From house tours to glamorous vacations to raising their family, they were seen as a team. A long-term Hollywood marriage is rare, and theirs seemed to defy every statistic. But behind the smiles and the carefully posed photos, things were shifting. In July 2023, the couple confirmed they were separating after 27 years together. Fans were stunned. It wasn't dramatic or messy publicly. They said it had been a tough year. They said there had been no wrongdoing. But for longtime viewers and fans of Bravo, it still felt like a shockwave. And that announcement opened the floodgates to speculation. Suddenly, everyone online had theories. People questioned whether something specific happened. Others wondered whether Kyle was changing her identity, whether she was exploring her independence, or whether she had feelings for someone new. The internet had endless opinions. One of the biggest rumors centered around country singer Morgan Wade. Kyle and Morgan spent time together. They filmed a music video together, and fans were convinced there was something deeper going on. Entire threads appeared on social media discussing it. Some swore the two were romantically involved. Others insisted it was a creative collaboration. Kyle repeatedly denied anything romantic was happening, but the gossip machine didn't stop. But all of that noise was actually distracting from the real story. Because the truth wasn't about Morgan Wade. The truth was about someone else entirely. Someone Kyle actually did fall for. Someone she was quietly in a relationship with for real. And now, for the first time, she's talking about it. So here's where the story explodes. On a recent episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kyle Richards finally confirmed that after her separation from Mauricio, she actually got into a genuine relationship. Not a hookup, not a fling, a real connection. She didn't name the person. She didn't describe them in detail. But she made one huge thing clear. She loved this person deeply, and the relationship was private on purpose. According to Kyle, she didn't post about this person. She didn't bring them onto Bravo. She didn't parade them around. Not because she was hiding anything, but because the other person didn't want that level of public exposure. Kyle explained that if the person had been open to the world knowing, she would have shared the relationship publicly. But they valued their privacy, and she respected that. Imagine that. Someone who spent most of her adult life on camera deciding that this part of her life needed to stay behind the scenes. But here's the emotional part. Kyle said this relationship became extremely meaningful at a vulnerable time in her life. She had just come out of a 27-year marriage. She was dealing with change, with grief, with pressure, with the intense focus of the public. And then, unexpectedly, she formed a connection with someone who made her feel cared for again. Someone who supported her emotionally. But that connection didn't last. Because the relationship was crushed under the weight of outside pressure. The gossip, the speculation, the tabloids, the social media frenzy, the non-stop noise that followed Kyle everywhere. Kyle said the relationship ended because of gossip and public attention, not because the feelings were gone. And that makes this story very different from typical celebrity breakups. Usually we hear about fights or cheating or schedules. But here, the breakup happened because fame itself became the third person in the relationship. Let's talk about the role the media and the internet played in all of this. According to Kyle, The constant attention and rumors made the relationship nearly impossible to maintain. And keep in mind, this wasn't a public romance. There were no official photos, no announcements, no red carpet appearances. This was a private connection, but people still talked. The biggest distraction was the Morgan Wade rumor. Fans and bloggers became convinced that Kyle and Morgan were dating. The rumors were everywhere on social media, and people created narratives that were completely detached from reality. Kyle repeatedly denied it, but the public had already decided what they wanted the story to be. Meanwhile, the real relationship she was having was happening quietly and respectfully behind the scenes. But the noise around her life was so loud that it still affected the person she cared about. Kyle said they didn't want to be part of public speculation or become another headline. And that pressure slowly pushed the relationship apart. Imagine being with someone and constantly seeing your partner being dragged online for a relationship they're not even in. Imagine watching gossip about your partner's love life overshadow everything you're quietly building together. Eventually, the stress becomes too much. Kyle said this breakup hurt because it wasn't caused by anything between the two people. It was caused by the world watching them, even though they weren't trying to be watched. What makes this confession powerful is the honesty Kyle brought to it.
She didn't deflect.
She didn't sugarcoat. She admitted that she fell in love. She admitted that she valued the privacy of the person she was seeing. She admitted that she wanted to protect them, even when the world was pushing her to reveal more. Kyle shared that she doesn't like her personal life being picked apart, but she also understands that she opened that door by being in reality television. At the same time, she insisted that not everyone in her life signed up for that exposure. And she made another big statement. Kyle said she is single now. She's not seeing anyone. She's not dating. She's not entering another relationship at the moment. After everything that happened, she wants time to heal, to reflect, and to move forward without outside interference. That honesty is rare in celebrity culture. Most people hide behind vague statements. Kyle chose transparency, but without crossing her own boundaries or the boundaries of the person she cared about. As expected, fans online reacted immediately and dramatically. Social media blew up with theories about who the secret partner was. Some fans praised Kyle for protecting their privacy. Others demanded more answers. Some insisted the mystery person must have been someone already in Kyle's circle. Others said this proved that Kyle has been misunderstood for months. The confession also reignited conversations about media pressure on celebrities. People started questioning whether the constant obsession with fame has gone too far. Some even apologized on social media for feeding into the Morgan Wade rumors. There were also emotional reactions from longtime RHOBH viewers. Fans who watched Kyle and Mauricio's marriage unfold on television for more than a decade felt a mix of sadness and relief. Some praised Kyle for finding love again after such a long marriage. Others felt sympathy for the heartbreak she experienced when the relationship ended. The best part is that fans are finally seeing Kyle as a human being, not just a character on reality TV. And that shift matters. This story is bigger than one relationship. It shows how public life affects private feelings. It shows how fame can complicate even the most sincere connections. It shows how gossip can shape real-world consequences, sometimes devastating ones. Kyle's confession highlights that celebrities are still people who experience heartbreak, fear, love, and vulnerability, just like anyone else. It also shows how important boundaries can be, especially when the whole world feels entitled to someone's personal life. So that is the full truth behind Kyle Richards' confirmed post-separation romance. From private love to public pressure to emotional honesty, this story shows a side of Kyle we rarely get to see.
It's raw.
It's vulnerable. And it's something that makes you rethink how much we rely on gossip to shape our understanding of celebrities. Now it's your turn. Do you think Kyle did the right thing by keeping the relationship private? Who do you think the mystery partner could have been? Should celebrities get more space when they date? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. And make sure to like this video, share it, and subscribe to Twinkle Hype for more explosive celebrity stories and dramatic deep dives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.